Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Thursday. Had to take the day off yesterday. That's all right. Come back. What did you guys do?
You're not going to believe this. I'm feeling extremely contrarian today. I know it's out of character.
Shocking. Yes. Are you
Yeah,
okay? Do we
I
need to
don't
talk
know.
about it? No.
Like some days you come in, you see it's crazy because right now, like you come into minus 1% and you're like, oh, we're down a bit today. If the market were down 1% last year, people would have been fucking apoplectic, like out of their mind. We are so numb now to the market going down. It's like, oh, only minus 1%. That's cool. Last year, that would have been fucking insane. Like our worst down days. We're down 1%. Now
you're talking about the traditional markets.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not talking about.
Yeah, I'm like crypto, like crypto. Down 1%. What are you talking about, man? Down 1% is a good day.
S&Ps right now, but some mornings you come in, you see everything red and blah blah, blah and you're like, yeah, fuck, this doesn't feel good. I don't know why. The numbers are not making me feel better, right? We are still not at our lows, whether we're talking about crypto or S&Ps. Everybody is talking like, yeah, we're pulling back again. It's over, back at new, blah, blah, blah. Until we take out that lows, this could just be a retrace or a double bottom, which is a pretty strong bottoming pattern. I'm so convinced that we see 4,400 before 3,400, and there's like an 80% chance we're gonna see lower prices. I just don't think they can make it that easy on the bears, and maybe I'm wrong, but it's just too easy for them after. Short, easy, make money. Nobody is allowed to make money that easily. Not bears and not bulls. Nobody. It's just the market. There's an old saying that's a little crass, and that is the market is a whore. It likes to fuck everybody. It doesn't care whether you're long or short, or it wants your money either way. It's like a bookie, right? It doesn't care if you bet for or against. It wants its vig. And
that's true.
And this is so my big thesis is that inflation, while we didn't think it was going to quite get this bad for this long, right? The word you heard everybody use for years or months is transitory. Inflation is transitory. It's what we wanted. We've been looking for actual blah, 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 transitory. It's gone on so long and so high, everyone's claiming that the transitory team is wrong. Team transitory was wrong because even Yellen came out and admitted she didn't expect, and God, they used that soundbite and that clip everywhere. The Fed was wrong. I am amazed at the amount of confidence that is still in our Federal Reserve. Amazed. Not because I don't have it, but because the way you would hear people talk, you would think the dollar is close to not being the reserve currency anymore. But if you look at 5-year break.
Is it not?
No, look at 5-year break-evens right now, okay? That is the market anticipating where inflation is going to be in a few years. It's lower than before we started this big ramp in inflation. What that's telling you is that regardless of what you think right now in the short term, the market is very sure one of two things are going to happen. Either the COVID-related supply issues are going to start to relax, or the Fed is going to raise interest rates enough to cause a recession and kill demand so that we don't go into stagflation or an era of hyperinflation. That is an incredible amount of confidence the market is giving somebody that if you read the headlines, oh, the Fed is behind the curve. They don't know what they're doing. Those are the idiot talking heads. Watch the money. Bullshit talk, money walk. Look at the money that is betting on inflation being very normal over the next few years, okay? Team transitory isn't dead. It's just very difficult to rebut something while you're in the shit. You're in the trenches. You know, you can't say the war is over while you're sitting in a trench just because there's no gunfire. So we got our first inflation number today. That was kind of a surprise. Producer core index. Okay, this is the price that
the old PCI. Nice.
PCI. Yes, this is the price that manufacturers, right? This isn't the consumer. I think something that people have not understood about our current situation is that this isn't a Main Street problem. I've been saying this for weeks. Restaurants are full. People are. The consumer is actually the issue here. If the consumer would calm the fuck down, that would take a big chunk out of inflation. The places where people are hurting are businesses. Businesses are paying higher prices. They feel like they don't want to pass on any more price increases. They're reducing investment. They're firing people. If a recession comes, it's going to come from the business side as investment is reduced. Okay. That is 100% Federal Reserve induced. Okay. That it's a factor of higher interest rates and nothing else. Were the Fed to get signals from inflation that they could either stop raising or let's say they raise 100 bips next month in July,
which would be the largest in
decades.
God knows how long. Well, 94 was the last time 75 bips had gone up 75 bips. So I can't even.
What would that signal to the market? Right, we're done. Okay, we were going to spread that 1.25% over the next 6 months into December. If the Fed just says, fuck it, kitchen sink it, markets are going to react positively to that because they're going to know tightening is over. Okay. And businesses are going to start thinking the same way. Okay, we've been pulling back because interest rates were rising. Now they've stopped rising. Okay. And if anything, the Fed is now going to watch to start to go the other way. All right. The Fed doesn't want to be at 3.5% or 4%. They want to be at 2%. Okay. But they need signals from inflation that's happening. Today, we got a softer than expected PCI number. Great step in that direction. Now, I haven't looked at markets since we've been talking. They may still be red. They may say, I don't know. It's not that one number is going to make my thesis correct. I believe over the next month, we're going to start getting data points that show the 5-year break even is probably correct. Markets are anticipating that inflation has peaked. And go look at the PCI chart that I just retweeted. PCI peaked 3 months ago. We've gone down 3 months in a row. Yes, it is still elevated. We are not saying we haven't come from extremely low. And, you know, we've been in a ZIRP, that would be 0% interest rate environment for a very long time now. We are probably not going back there. Now, if they raise to 3 or 4%, I do think next year that, or later this year, they would start to try to reduce it down to 2. That's still a lot higher than we were. Okay. So it's not going to look the same as the free money era, but it does mean that we are going to see increased investment. Money will start coming back into risk assets. And I do expect more numbers like PCI to start coming out here. Crypto. Maybe we should talk about crypto because this.
Yeah, let me just paint the picture first, and I'll let you do your thing. But right now, Bitcoin is approaching that lovely $19,000 mark. It's down almost 5% on the 24-hour. 19,000 is probably one that we're not going to want to break, and as well, Ethereum sitting at $1,018. So, for some context, for the last time we were on the show, we were at over $1,200. Felt pretty good about being there, and it has it really come back down on us, coming full circle and testing those 3-digit marks. That we really don't want to see. ETH down almost 8% on the day. Not too bad on the week, though, just down 2%. So we're really kind of just getting back to where we were last Friday. Of course, free market, just talking about the traditional markets. S&P is down about 1.5%. It is having a pretty rough day as it is at 37.75, I guess, as of 10 minutes ago, because I do not have the live update chart. Not all things are completely bearish, or maybe it is bearish depending on who you are and your thoughts about him. But Michael Saylor is buying the dip. MicroStrategy just deployed another $10 million of their own cash into Bitcoin. I think buying about 480 of them, if I recall correctly. And he's continuing to load up on this dip, as I think a lot of other people are that have liquid cash to deploy. Again, we talked about this the last time that ETH hit 3 digits. It did get scooped up very, very quickly. We very well could retest that $900 mark. Holding it, I think, would be very strong. Breaking it.
We just touched 999 very briefly, and 3750 on S&Ps. I am just itching to go 10x long right here. Let's see how right I am. But yeah, markets have gone even lower since the open. So the bump from PCI did not last very long. But as I stated, it will be a group of data points that turns everything around. And look, I'm wrong enough, okay? But I will tell you, my gut right now, it just feels like a reversal is coming. I would be fucking aping right now, but hey, we'll see. ETH at 1,000, Bitcoin at 18,800. I talked about the 1180 level so much last week, and it was a good one. It got you out if you were paying attention, because we tested it a few times. We knocked on the door a few times. We briefly went under to 1060, quickly went back up. Briefly touched 1080 again, quickly went back up. The last time we touched 1180, we dipped underneath. We tried to get back above, and then it went back down. That's a very, very good thing to observe, because that's when you should get out of something. When you have a good level of support, and you want confirmation too, like someone says this is a support level. Well, watch how price reacts around there. And you could see for days it kept testing that 1180. We were hoping it was going to turn it into support. You had the big resistance at 1280. So it was in this range for a while. And just like it's done this entire bear market, it breaks down out of the flag. There are, once again, liquidation issues, the 3AC thing springing up again, new calls about exchanges now, like get your money off certain exchange, with the exception of FTX, Binance, and Coinbase. People are saying basically get your money off any exchange. You don't know how many of them have lent to 3AC or this, you don't know who's going to freeze withdrawals. This is really the thing that started to send crypto back down. And as I've said, that you really have to respect support levels on crypto even more. In the market, I'm feeling like a cowboy right now. Like, I just get these gut feelings when stocks are too cheap. Crypto just has such systemic issues right now with forced liquidations. I keep saying I think ETH is undervalued here at 1,000, at 1,200. It's undervalued, but why? Liquidations will push you way undervalued for brief periods of time. We saw that last week. It lasted a few hours that we were under 3 figures, or I don't remember how long it was, 12 hours or something. We were quickly bought up. I would expect the same thing to happen again, but who knows how many times we're going to do that? You know what I mean? It's hard to say. So crypto is still experiencing its own problems, and we have to see. The end of the month, which is today, the last day of June, right? And we get end of month flow. So this is another reason I think markets are going to reverse. If you were a bear, you'd say, yeah, markets probably can reverse today because it's the end of the month, and you're going to get. We even saw it yesterday, right? You had all those billions that I talked about, those up days, that came into the market. But guess what? There were people with just as many billions there needing liquidity, and that's the issue right now. Is people want cash, so any big move in markets gets sold off, and we just saw that in stocks again, and we're going to see whether a reversal today happens, and then if it could hold. We're going to get those end of month flows most likely. It's probably even more structurally bullish if the end of month flows are out, because that could signal capitulation and then would set up a pretty good July and August. And finally, the new moon. We just went through it, and if you believe in that stuff, we tend to be bearish into new moons and then become bullish out of them. And the same thing with July 4th weekend. Crypto tends to be bearish into July 4th weekend.
Yes, that is true. That has always been a weird trend.
Yeah. But then it comes bullish out of it. So, we'll see. We will see where everything falls today.
Here for the moon cycle, Alpha.
We got it. I have nothing left. Everything on my chart is broken.
Let me check my tea leaves here.
All other technical analysis has been rendered useless. We are left with the moon and hopium.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it, guys. Well, let's talk about 3AC2, because crypto fund Three Arrows Capital ordered to liquidate. A court in the British Virgin Islands has ordered Singapore-based crypto fund Three Arrows Capital to be liquidated, according to recent reports.
There will be no resorts in their future.
No, yeah. Basically, 3AC is failing to meet any sort of margin calls.
I realize now that's probably too many ACs. It was hubris.
Two could have been good. Yeah, they pushed the luck on 3.
Be humble. Work your way up to 3.
Yeah. You're climbing too many arrows at a time here. Dip your. Yeah, this is a good advice for anybody in the market. If you've never been in crypto, you've never been in NFTs, just start with one arrow.
Right. Let's pick a lower number for your business name when you start. Yeah. And remember, no matter how bad you are feeling today, oh, my NFT, you didn't round trip $18 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there.
There is a special place in the mental asylum for people who round trip $18 billion.
Well, yeah, and I think a lot of the problem is when you're like investing in these kind of pre-seed round coins, that you're really locked up in terms of your ability to, you can't sell them. Essentially, there are ways that you can kind of peel them off in secondary markets and whatnot, but I think a lot of their funds were just completely locked, and once it goes down, I mean, you're fucked, right? You're getting margin called on things you can't cash out on. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and
when these VCs buy into something like Solana on the pre-round, like they're token locked for quite a long time, because they don't want it to just do that easy 100x. And VCs love those 100x's. They'll take that in a heartbeat, right?
Yep. And that is the issue for 3AC, who, depending on who you want to believe, would have been solvent could they access their locked tokens, but because they can't, there is this forced liquidity event, and it puts people. I mean, Bernie Madoff, the same thing. Had the market rebounded and not crashed, he would have been solvent. He wouldn't. There's that Warren Buffett saying you've probably heard repeated 30 times now since we've been in this, but when the tide goes out, we get to see who was swimming naked. A lot of people in a 0% interest rate environment are swimming naked.
Well, another thing that's swimming naked is North Korea's nuclear program. Apparently, North Korea's $400 million crypto losses could hurt its nuclear weapons program. North Korea's ill-gotten crypto gains have plunged in value, which could impact its nuclear weapons program, according to a report. So just remember, if you're feeling it right now, not all is bad. North Korea further away from getting nukes than they were 2 months ago. And if you're looking for silver linings, boy, that could be one. But
yeah, let's stop using the expression nuke it all when you're trying to send something to zero, because I think North Korea, who is not native to your language, is interpreting it wrong. Let us not nuke it all. Let us send everything back to all-time highs. How about that?
Yeah, for sure. North Korea is believed to be behind the attack of $100 million of Harmony. Of course, the $622 million hack of Infinity.
It wasn't a rumor. They're actually believed to be the ones behind it.
Wow. Yeah, they seemed to. I can't say that anything is confirmed, especially when you read articles like this, but U.S. government has concluded that it is a state-sponsored hacking, and that they were the beneficiary of that. Of course, a lot of those numbers are a lot lower now. Shivers just rolled the bones. What are you seeing, man? Give us some insight. We're open to talking about it.
I'm ready to gamble, baby.
But yeah, it is pretty bleak out there. Again, it's this is the roller coaster ride, though. And guys, if it is your first cycle, believe me, this is not new.
It's gonna get much worse. Wait, what?
Oh, that too. Yeah, no, I mean it's you. Even the staunchest supporters of crypto started to lose faith in the last one, myself included. I mean, I made it till about 2019, from mid to late 2019, before I stopped really consuming a lot of content. And it was a good 2 years before it really started to lose interest and whatnot. But again, I could tell you, through all of that time, a lot of those names that I were hearing pop up as these like small, like little projects doing stuff, I mean, they re-entered the next cycle and did incredibly well for them. And then again, let's bring it into NFTs, because a lot of people think that this is NFTs, it is their first huge, big, like kind of mainstream awareness. I don't want to even say adoption, but mainstream awareness cycle. But NFTs are not new. I mean, CryptoKitties, the advent of them were early 2018, maybe even late 2017, and they were exploding with popularity. Now, it was one of the first iterations of NFTs, not particularly valuable right now because of the way that the inflation worked and the breeding and how many came out of it and all of that stuff. I'm sure some of the OG like Genesis ones are very valuable, but they were selling for tons back there. So it is not like NFTs are this like flash in the pan, showed up in 2021, became this highly speculative asset bubble, which I mean, it kind of did, but it wasn't just like, this is new, this is cool, just kidding, this is worthless, right? It has been around for quite some time now. And to me, it feels like now NFTs are where Ethereum was back in 2017, 2018, where everyone kind of said, well, this is cool, this is new, but it's actually Bitcoin that we should be looking at. And, Ethereum was the recipient of a larger than Bitcoin's kind of drop down during the bear market. So I think going through this one, Ethereum's going to be a lot stronger, especially with ETH 2.0 seeming to be on the horizon. And I think the next big cycle we go through, NFTs are going to be the ones that end up sticking around. Obviously, they're built on top of Ethereum, and their success kind of does well, and not just on Ethereum, but Ethereum's obviously the biggest one. Their success kind of does go hand in hand at this point. And, whether it's a month from now, whether it's 6 months from now, or whether it's a year from now, I believe my conviction in this technology has been solidified through the last bull cycle. And, now it just becomes a game of, what can I do in the meantime? What can I do that's productive? So that's, working on something like Star Wolves, working on something like this show, paying attention, learning, networking. And I promise you, if you're careful, if you're diligent, going through however long this lasts for, you can and will come out the other side of it better. Now, and this is the frustrating part about this market, there are going to be people that are making bank in this volatility too, but they are incredible traders. And I can safely say that I am not that good of a trader to get those kind of returns in the middle of this. I'm going to be somebody that accumulates, repositions, and gets, and learns throughout this, such that there's going to be, I'm going to get great returns when it goes back up. I'm going to watch other people that are new to the market, that are old in the market, have bigger returns than I am. But I've kind of set some price targets and things that I want for a long term. And when I say long term, I'm talking 5-10 years. And I feel very, very good about where we can all be in 5-10 years if, you don't put yourself in a position that you can be completely ruined. So that's how I'm feeling about this market right now. It goes up, it goes down. Do I look at the price? Fuck yeah, I look at the price. Everybody looks at the price, and it sucks because you put this, this net worth on yourself, or this total valuation, or you talk about it like you have this money, but everybody's got to do what they got to do. And if that means, maybe going and finding an extra part-time job so you don't have to liquidate all your funds, whether it means tightening up on your budget and maybe not going out 4 or 5 days a week, and just, tightening up everything there, it will pay dividends in the future. And that's kind of what this market is. This market is going to figure out who the real strong ones are, right? Because as Free Market said earlier in the show, the S&P, the stock market, it's smart. It doesn't care if you're betting for or against it. It just wants your money. The people that are going to be successful are the ones that don't give back all of the money, right? And that's how I'm feeling.
Correct, sir. Bullish, but bearish, but bullish.
You can be both too, right? There's a lot of people that are long-term bulls that don't feel good about the market right now. And, you can compartmentalize these different feelings for sure, but nothing has changed about crypto. Nothing has changed about NFTs. Maybe the little metas within them have changed. Maybe we'll never see a PFP run again. I doubt that, but maybe. I'm just saying NFTs, the technology, NFTs, with the potential that they have, nothing's changed except the price go down. And that's the same with crypto, right? So you can have a long-term bullish stance on all of this stuff, but right now not have high conviction that it's going to do anything good in the next week, the next month, even the next year. But you can compartmentalize it. Don't lose sight of why you were here in the first place. And if you were here in the first place just to make a quick buck, which is fine, nobody's here to pass judgment on that. There's always opportunists. There's always people, going to the greener pastures for these quick opportunities. And there are always quick opportunities. But this market is flushing those people out. It's seeing who's swimming naked.
And there will be more money to make on betting on things that are new, right? So there's no reason to obsess over what's happening now, because a bunch of new stuff is going to come out next cycle, and it's going to go up a lot more than the stuff that's here. The stuff that's out right now isn't going to 1000x. The new stuff that comes out is going to 1000x. So just be ready for that instead of obsessing what's happening every day in the short term. If you're going to trade the volatility, remember, you don't care what the market is doing, and you're not going to try to guess. There are lines on the chart, and you watch. It moves from one line to another line. It gets to that new line, it slows down, and then everyone tries to figure out, is it going to keep going the same direction or going to go in a different direction? That's trading the volatility. You don't care what it does on a daily basis. You're just getting in there. You're trading support and resistance, and there are ways to figure out where that is. There's a reason we knew 1180 was if we got under it and stayed there, you stay away. And that saved you $150 right now. So that's a different game. And it's usually a full-time job. So
yeah, and I also want to say, if you're looking for those 1000Xs, as Free Market said, there will be another one. There will be plenty of them. But you just got to remember how many shots you might have to take to get that 1000X, and position yourself appropriately, right? If you have, let's just say, a 10 ETH in holding that you want to deploy to try and get outsized returns against your ETH, not even in dollar values, but against your ETH, because I think that's typically how most people are looking. What you're going to want to do is, scale accordingly. If you're looking for those 1000Xs, you're saying this is a long shot, low percentage of chance that it goes 1000X, but I'm going to take it. Don't put 1 ETH into it. You're only going to get 10 shots, and there's a very, very real chance that you're going to risk ruin, because 10 shots, you cannot expect 1 out of 10 opportunities to 1000X. You might be able to expect 1 out of 10 opportunities to double, but that's not even going to clear the other 9 that you blew out of, right? Scale accordingly. If you want those 1000Xs and you're investing into the shit coins, just remember, you could do 100.1s rather than 10 ones. And that 1000x is still going to be an incredible return. It's not going to be as much as you want. And there's probably going to be that part of you that, if you ding that 1000x, you're going to go, I should have done more. I should have done more. But now you're flush with liquidity. You hit a home run, you 10, 20x your portfolio. You have a ton more shots to take now, and you can scale that up a little bit bigger, right? So like I said, this is how you position yourself in this market, and it's your discipline, right? We talk about that in poker all the time. A real poker player doesn't sit down, or like a professional poker player, I should say, one that does it for a living, doesn't sit down at a table with his entire bankroll, because anything can happen. You never put it. They don't sit down at the table with 1/4 of their bankroll. A lot of times, a professional poker player that does it for a living is sitting down with 1/50th of his bankroll, because they know you can go 20 times, 20 sessions and get cleaned out, because sometimes that's just the way the cards fall, right? But over the long term, they are convicted enough in their ability to make positive EV, positive expected value decisions that will continue to pay off. And when times get good and the run up comes, their portfolio or their bankroll will be even bigger than what they started with. And sometimes when you run bad, you have to take a step down. You have to move down in stakes. You have to take smaller positions. A lot of times when you start to chase losses and you're looking to recuperate, your monkey brain tells you, I need to go bigger. I need to go bigger. I need to get that big win. And that's when things can really start to go down into a tailspin quickly for you. This is not the market to do that. Like Free Market said, like I just said, the market wants your money. It is begging you to give back all of the gains that you've made over the past year. How you respond to that is going to be indicative of whether you're successful or not.
Yes, and if you want some more bear porn, for the second in a week.
Did I just turn into a bear? I'm like, fuck.
No, you didn't. But for the second time in a week, ETH transactions on Coinbase are delayed. I don't know what that means beyond it. Obviously, it's going to take longer if you put in a buy or a sell. That is weird. ETH is down 8% right now. That is weird. That is weird. I mean,
where are you seeing this? I haven't tried to take out ETH for a little bit. Are you talking about like ETH to fiat or like
ETH to fiat? It's not about withdrawal. You can withdraw anything you want in cash from Coinbase. It's about delayed. In other words, if you sold your ETH right now for dollars, it probably isn't going to show up for an hour or more.
See, that doesn't even sound crazy to me, because mine is like 24 to 36 hours, which I thought was great. You actually. I'm
saying if you sell your ETH into fiat, not
like
if you
into your bank account.
No.
Oh, okay. You're talking about like a stable coin.
I'm saying you sell your ETH back to the exchange. They give you dollars.
Oh,
that's how you don't.
You know what? I think that maybe Coinbase operates differently here, because I don't actually ever have like real dollars in my Coinbase account.
Right. So whatever they're doing, it's just weird, because gas is 26 right now. If gas were 400, be like, all right, it's going to take time to push ETH transactions through.
So let me just ask this, because so in your Coinbase account, you can have real dollars, like USD.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't have Canadian dollars in my Coinbase.
What happens when you deposit money to your Coinbase account? What does it show up in your Coinbase account as?
I have to buy ETH.
You have to buy ETH.
I don't deposit money into my bank account. I purchase ETH from them.
Huh.
Like I can't deposit Canadian dollars into Coinbase and then deploy it into there. I can buy ETH, or I can buy Tether. but it has to be bought and given to me in crypto. They don't hold any like actual dollar value in mine. And when I that's why I think I was getting confused, because when I was real dollars in Coinbase Pro, yeah, maybe that's what's going on there. I don't use Coinbase for trading a whole lot anyways. It literally is just my outflow. But when I put ETH into Coinbase, I say sell for cash. It's not held in Coinbase. It goes directly to PayPal, and then PayPal pays me to my bank.
Okay. Gotcha.
So that's why I think I was just misunderstanding what was going on. Like, I've never seen like an actual, the only dollar value that I ever see would be if I've stabled up, which I actually have quite a bit of faith in Tether. I think that a lot of the FUD is unsubstantiated. And I actually did see a lot of people were trying to game that system right now, trying to crash Tether. And wow, what a suicide run that would be, unless you really don't believe in crypto at all, because Tether and Coinbase going down would be a whole different paradigm. So we'd be having completely different conversations than we are right now.
90% down in a 10-year bear market is what it would be.
90% down in a 10-year bear market?
If they blow up Tether, yeah, I'd say.
Oh, I would say more than 90% down, yeah.
And I don't
10-year bear market, I could agree with. Yeah,
I mean, Bitcoin and ETH will go down another 90% from here.
Oh, from here, yes. Okay, sorry, I thought you meant all-time highs. I'm like, we're almost there, anyways. Get it.
100 Bitcoin to 3,000 if they blow up Tether. I know. I don't know. I hear rumors that hedge funds are trying. I mean, you never know with the crypto people are incredibly skeptical and conspiracy based. So you never know what one friend hears from a prop desk, which could or could not be. Hard to tell. But the rumor on crypto Twitter last weekend was a group of hedge funds got together and shorted a bunch of Tether. Now, we have seen some forced liquidations on Tether shorts. Like, I don't even know where you can do. I guess there's perps out there. I don't even know how you do this. There must be perps, but there were a bunch of Tether short liquidations last week, and everyone was like, "Ha ha, you fucking demons trying to take down our industry. This is what you get." Blah blah blah. Then renewed rumors of hedge funds getting together and trying to do it again. So
it kind of is. Like, I don't know, like betting on nuclear war or something. Like, great, you might have won, but like you're not gonna be. No, am I wrong about that?
No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking, how are they shorting, right? Because it is very dependent on who you are shorting with remaining solvent.
Right. That's what my point.
Like, I believe somebody like FTX is majority in dollars. I mean, I don't think a all out. I think somehow FTX has made so much money and has such good standing with banks right now that they are single-handedly lobbying and threatening the United States government at the same time, which is they're going to make Sam president. They might as well just elect him king at this point. There's rumors he's going to buy fucking Robinhood. There's rumor he's kicking around everything. You could trade stocks on FTX. Now this guy's going to take over the world.
Is there like does SBF have a BitClout profile that I can bet on? No.
Very bearish.
Dude, this guy is he even 30 yet? He might be 30.
No idea.
It's either going to go down in an absolute blaze of glory, or we're going to be talking about him as one of the richest people in the world.
Well, speaking of
5 years,
I was watching Love on the Spectrum over the weekend, which is on Netflix. You guys should check this out. Very interesting show.
Love on the Spectrum. Okay.
Yeah.
I
have no idea. He just reminded me. You guys should check that out.
Gotcha. Okay. Amazing. No, he is a very Vitalik like person where you hear him on their interviews and you go, this guy is fucking smart, like super genius. He doesn't care about anything else. Like If you asked Vitalik who Beyonce is and he said I don't know, like I would actually be inclined to believe him. I don't think that they think about anything else other than what they're working on, which is incredible. And I mean, hey, look, they're creating world-changing technologies and asset classes that never existed before, and they are going to shape the future. I'm incredibly bullish on both of those people. And
imagine both of them showing up to like the Met Gala.
Yeah. Man, I still can't get over the fact of Vitalik was like this close to working for Ripple, of course, XRP. Imagine. I don't think that Ripple would have gone in the direction of ETH. I think that's a shit coin. I think it's the ultimate shit coin. I'm still in constant amazement that it is in the top 10 and even the top 100, to be honest with you. But I still see lots of Ripple bulls out there. Fascinating stuff. Cool. Oh, what else do you want to talk about? Oh, we were talking about Snoop Dogg before the show. He's he's doing the media tour. Snoop Dogg, crypto bear market weeded out those abusing the opportunities. He also said that record labels soon will realize their IP is better served on the blockchain than sitting in the catalog collecting cobwebs. He was interviewing CNBC with his son, Champ Medici. They were talking about the crypto bear market, NFTs, music, branding, Elon Musk. I'm not going to play the full interview there. It's about 5 minutes on there. You can find it on YouTube, or I can link you to the Decrypt page. It's right there up at the top. But Snoop Dogg coming out sounding like a real expert. A lot of times I think none of us underestimate Gary V's actual deep knowledge of it. But when you hear Gary V talking on like a CNBC or a CNN or Fox or a lot of these podcasts that he's going on, he is reaching out to the broader spectrum of people, not the people within the industry. So he is really, kind of toning down the language, the technicalities of all of this, and just talking about the big potential, and he kind of just regurgitating the thing, or what he's saying. Gary Vee, of course, just very convincing. He's very energetic, and he sells it very well. Snoop being a little bit of an expert on the cryptos and the NFTs. Do you want to break down a little bit of what he was talking about?
I mean, that's really it. I think it's interesting that he can take the view of a technologist, right? Like, he's very smart. He understands what he's talking about here. We talk about celebrities getting into NFTs and how vapid and disconnected they are and cash grabs and this type of thing. Snoop is locked in. He cares and he gets it. Like, it's very impressive. And when I see interviews like this, it just makes me take him seriously in Web3. So I look at Snoop. I don't get cash grab vibes when he does things in NFT. Obviously, you would judge each independent thing he does on its own. It's not a blanket statement, but I love seeing stuff like this. And, Snoop is one of the good ones, for sure.
Yeah, I think he's an incredible ambassador for this, because I've never gotten those like pump and dump vibes, the shilling, all of that stuff. Like, he is just there to participate, to learn, to grow, and to be an ambassador of it. Gary Vee, kind of a love him or hate him guy. I think he's very knowledgeable, and I think he's very passionate about the stuff that he talks about. But I mean, also kind of could accuse him of being a little bit of a shiller at times. And then you talk about the people like Floyd Mayweather, who I think are just really put a bad look on this industry, because he's out there on Instagram and Twitter promoting junk, like just absolute shit. But people listen to him, especially because of his branding, Money Mayweather, Floyd, billionaire, blah, 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 blah. They get burned. And then they go, well, crypto's a scam. And then they go back and tell all their friends about how much fucking money they lost. And that's sad, right? And I at no point in watching Snoop Dogg or looking at Snoop Dogg and the things that he's saying and the things that he's doing in this space have felt like there's anything disingenuous about it. And I think that that's really, really important, especially because of how active he is and how vocal he is. So I would go watch this if you want to just at least feel good about what some of these incredibly intelligent people are saying about this industry. Snoop's not in a position where like he needs these bags to go back up because he's going to be struggling in life if he doesn't. Like he's made his. He's incredibly popular. He always has earning potential. And I think he's just here for it. So that's pretty dope, man.
We love the Snoop Dogg.
DOGG. Y'all know anything about the Nickelodeon Recur stuff? I'm wondering how it will compare to other big name entries into Web3. I mean, we talked about Nickelodeon's kind of triumphant entrance into crypto NFTs. I think I need to look a little bit more into that. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that, free market?
I mean, I love Nickelodeon and I will ape whatever they do.
I gotta say, maybe this is my own thing, but I guess I maybe I just don't have the same like nostalgia towards Nickelodeon that a lot of people seem to do. I don't know if I didn't watch the channels. Like I don't know. I'm not sure.
Did they have it in Canada?
Yeah. I mean, I know people that were like really fond of. I get the sliming and stuff like that, but maybe I just wasn't tapped into that. I'm not sure because it seems to be very important to people, even people that I've known.
The people who are into it are at prime spending age. That's why you're seeing things like 8-bit technology and Nickelodeon become popular, because once people become wealthy and comfortable, they start buying the things from their childhood. Companies recognize that now, lean into it, and that's what we're getting.
I mean, talk to me about Ninja Turtles. Like, I'm there for it.
Yeah.
But like, So Nickelodeon stuff like Rugrats and Hey Arnold. I'm just pulling this up right now. But
wait a minute though. Speaking of turtles, what about the new video game? Have you downloaded it? Did you buy it?
No, I'm not even sure.
I am hearing huge thing. You need to go get it right now. I promise.
Where do you get it from?
Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, PC.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
Let me check. Is it on Steam?
I think so. Yeah.
Let me look.
Is that like a? I hear that all the time. That's like a video game store on PCs.
Steam?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Shredder's Revenge. Okay, I actually have heard of this.
Yeah, gonna be huge.
Is it pre-order? Or can you play it right now?
No. It was launched
old school.
Or the week before.
Oh.
It's getting crazy good reviews from everybody too.
It is, yeah, very positive.
Like, you don't understand.
I can't pull my Steam account up on stream here, but
I could give 3 shits about video games in general. This is something that I will be downloading and playing on my son's Nintendo Switch. I mean, it just looks
interesting. I might actually just buy this after.
Yeah, it looks like the Turtles I used to play when I was younger.
It really does. Yeah, the arcade game. Like, I remember being in the arcades that were in like malls and stuff. If you were young, you probably have no idea that these things existed, but you could actually go to a spot and play video games with money. But I mean, I'm sure you've all seen arcade machines. But yeah, you'd have the 4 joysticks. You could all play as one of the Ninja Turtles and fight through it. But this looks exactly like that. It looks actually fantastic. Cool. I saw people talking about Shredder's Revenge. I thought that they were talking about like an old school, like actual like Super Nintendo game or something.
Right.
Like that just kind of came back into popularity. That's cool. Does it have NFTs in it?
It was funny because DC Investor tweeted about it.
That's who it was. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. He tweeted about it yesterday, talking about it, and I said, I fucking love it. They just need to add a utility token.
Yeah. All right. I gotcha. It's all coming back to me now.
How cool would that be? Earn a utility token in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I would do it. Yeah. Earn pizza token.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Pizza, baby.
All right, let's turn this music back on. You were more of a Cartoon Network kid. Yeah, still nostalgic though. I'm maybe starting to realize that I didn't watch a lot of cartoons as a kid. Maybe that's a thing.
You just read books.
What's that?
You just read books. You're very famous.
I played a lot of video games. Played a lot of video games for sure. Donkey Kong Country. Oh, talk to me. So yeah, it looks like what Nickelodeon minting on July 19th, $50 price. What's that, like 2 ETH right now?
Yeah. 3 ETH. I just looked at the chart.
Uh-oh. Do I need to refresh here? Oh, we're still at 1,000. Did we dip into 900 yet?
We touched 999 and then bounced back.
I don't think, yeah, CoinGecko's not good for like live updates. North Korea. Oh, yeah, guys. NFT platform, OpenSea. I guess I don't have to precursor OpenSea with NFT platform. Joins a long list of crypto data breach victims. OpenSea has warned customers of possible phishing attacks after reporting a data breach through its email vendor Customer.io. Customer.io has identified that an employee of theirs has, I think, leveraged their email database into probably some financial gain of their own. They are investigating, looking into it, and the authorities have been notified. However, OpenSea is saying that you should assume that your email has been compromised. Of course, not your email login or anything like that, but it does open the door to some pretty convincing phishing attacks, as they know that you have this email signed up for OpenSea and they're going to try and hit you up. As we've always said in this show, time and time again, anytime there's a huge data breach, do not use your email to get to OpenSea or anything else. Check your email, see what it's about, use it for updates, but don't use it as a shortcut. Open up a new tab, open up a new browser, go to it. If you got a juicy WETH offer on something, go check it out. Huh?
Oh, you said juicy WETH offer. I said, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Don't save yourself 2 seconds. Take the long way and make sure that you're going the right way. And of course, make sure that anything is that's sent from you is from OpenSea.io. Even then, I don't trust shit in my emails, if I'm being completely honest with you. So, you all right over there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm well, yeah.
Ish. Yeah, it's an ish kind of week. Don't worry. OpenSea going through it with the data breaches and hacks, though. Of course, their Discord was compromised. I'm not sure if it was weeks or months ago. I'm not really sure of anything these days. Be safe out there.
Safu.
Be careful. Safu. Be safer. Remember, always start at one arrow. Sending all emails straight to trash. Pretty decent policy, to be honest with you. All right, guys. Well, it's about an hour. Free market. You have anything you want to talk about? Are we about to bring up B-Gans yet again, or do we want to save that for another day?
Let's give them a rest. They need a day of rest. Then we'll bring them up again tomorrow. Today is a day of rest. NFTs down tremendously. They took another leg here. NFTs in general.
Yeah, volume is definitely.
There was a small bounce during NFT NYC. The moment NFT NYC ended, everything started to go back down.
Which is actually pretty typical after these big events and parties. People have the hangover. We actually saw that when NFT NYC was in October last year.
Yes.
It was quiet. Some people linger in New York, hang out, keep hanging out. Some people
linger on the big no neck Egon sale way back. I know the person who sold it. I know them well. They are so the floaty head Begon. Wait, I think when you say no neck, you mean floaty head.
I think so, yeah.
Here, look. Or do you mean the one that the Begon account uses as their PFP? Because the one that the Begon account uses as the PFP has no neck. So the girl, that one?
I think so.
How much was it sold for?
15 ETH a year ago.
15 ETH? Not bad. Yeah, I mean, there's actually been some bigger sales, I believe. I'm trying.
Holy, it was by Doodles?
Was it?
Doodles bought it for 0.7. That wouldn't have even been Doodles at the time. What? That's the verified Doodles account.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it was Poopy Cat or whoever it was.
Yeah. Changed his...
Could be.
15 ETH at the time. Yeah, March 10th.
So, I mean, here's the thing with Begons. And
what a trade, too. He bought it. Maybe... Were these pre-reveal or did they just instant reveal?
Instant.
Yeah, wow. He bought it for 0.7 and flipped it for 15 ETH in a day.
Wow.
Nice trade. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So this is something that it may sound bullish on its face, but I'd say it may be bullish long term. Short term, it could be what's holding us back. But these are beloved by industry insiders. Like, these are loved. And I'm talking by very well-known punks, like regular crypto punks, crypto Twitter people, NFT insiders. This is a very loved collection, and all the right people are in it. But that also means that all those right people aren't there to buy, or they've tweeted and talked about it so many times over the last year. They're just like, eventually you're just like, well, what it's gonna work when it's gonna work, but I can't force it, right? Like, whatever. So these are so, and it's also a very bifurcated collection. The rares, the desirable ones, are all owned by these diamond-handed insiders who I've been talking about.
They're selling for high right now too.
Yeah. I mean,
like for a collection that only has 600, 700 listed out of the 12,000 almost. The floor, as of not too long ago, was below 0.2, and it went up to 0.37 yesterday before pulling back a little bit. Still very thin, but we're seeing like all of these huge sales. Who's calling me? Oh, it's a scam.
Woo! Carvana just went green, baby. Market's ramping. Let's go. Come on. Come back to daddy now.
2 ETH, 1.3 ETH, 2.2 ETH. A lot of huge WETH offers being accepted. Another 2.2, a 1 there. If we go back a couple more days, they get even more extreme. This hoodie, 10 ETH. I think that was like even just after we were talking about it on the show. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5.
I want you guys to remember, right? Like, not remember
7.75. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, but no, the rares go for a lot of money. The rares are very loved, and there's already a high floor on any desirable Begon. The floor remains depressed.
This was a steal. Look at this, 1 ETH on this one.
Damn, that's beautiful. The floor remains depressed on comments because floors are about hype, right? The people who buy floors, that's all about the flex. That's all about, ooh, I'm part of the next pump. I'm part of that. And that'll come eventually. But this is really a collection of floors that remain at a low price, and rares that honestly will be in the Museum of Modern Art one day. And that is why people are holding on to them so tightly. And
what is this? Is this like
a partial hoodie? That's a partial hoodie, most likely.
Damn, on the floor.
Oh, then it's not. Then it's some sort of glitch. It's on the floor.
Gotcha. Did you see that glitched one that has like the face in the background too?
No, which one is that?
Ooh, I gotta find that one. That one was
Juicy. I was buying one the other day that I'm kicking myself for not buying now. Juicy bought it yesterday. I'm a big fan. There's 2 front-facing apes. Man, see, go organize by front-facing and ape. You've got to see these Begons.
I'm gonna pull this one up first. Look at this one though. Look at it. I mean, it's the way that the glitch kind of happened in the background, but it looks like there's like a phantom face there.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Isn't that fucking sick?
That is cool.
What am I? I'm searching for front facing.
Front facing.
We weren't going to talk about it, and here we are. Now we're talking about it.
Well, we were egged on by Dekenza. Front facing and ape. Organized by that.
Oh, head. No, not head turns. Is it? No.
Oh,
facing direction. There we go. Front facing and
ape. Type. It's called type.
Where's type? Oh, there. Sorry, gotcha. Ape.
All right, there's you scroll down a bit. There, that one on the very bottom. Oh, that's one of my favorite Begons.
Oh, that's the one you were looking for.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, baby. Maybe the one that sold yesterday wasn't a front-facing one. We got to check out. Juicy bought it. Go to recent sales, and it's like a neon ape that looks like he's facing this direction. Yeah, there it is for 2.2. 2.2 ETH.
This one?
Yeah. Woo! Look at that guy. Oh. I don't know how I slept on it. And look, he relisted it for 9. See, he knows what he's doing. He knows that one is worth that much, especially with what's coming.
Weth offers are really powerful in this collection too, because there's definitely been some people sitting on it, and then you see it, or like you see a good Weth offer, and they're like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'll take 2.2 ETH."
Well, a lot of people hear the legend of Michael Burry. He used to cut his teeth in the Begon collection more than anything, I would say.
Professor Michael Burry. Yeah, I always remember. I would put Weth offers in, and like immediately there would be one for like 0.001 more. Fuck.
Jay's Lounge.
So sick. I would want one of these a lot more if Twitter would let me have an animated profile.
Yeah, and I love the white background hype. I have a fixed background hype, which is pretty rare. Most of them, the background color changes as well. The ones that have a fixed background are rare. The only thing is, in the Begon collection, people prize glitchiness, bright colors, weirdness. So even though the fixed color hypes are technically rare, people tend to go for the more glitchy ones as the ones that get the highest price. I still love my hype, and I won't sell it for less than 7 figures. But I mean 7 figures, $1 million for hypes. There will be $1 million floor on hypes. I say this with a very straight face.
I can tell.
There's 900 of them. And when these okay, so here are 2 things I will predict. 1, hypes will be worth $1 million, and 2, Begon hoodies will flip punk hoodies.
Look at this. Begon hoodies will flip punk hoodies.
Yep.
You heard it here first. 30 Calm AF Begans were sold, and Calm AF is the non-animated ones. Correct? Yes.
Yep.
Were sold above 1 ETH in the last 5 days. That is a high volume for a collection that's 16, 18 months old and was sitting at a floor of 0.2 not very long
and
ago.
Nobody's talking about it. And, I mean, Begons is private, and you know, R2 suggested something the other day. Is this Gary V? Do people know this is going to be his next history play? That type of thing. I'm not sure about that, but it is interesting to see all of a sudden this big interest from new people who didn't own Begons moving into rares in a big way all of a sudden.
Someone mentioned Gary Vee's been very quiet lately.
Yes.
He's probably getting it from it. I mean, even though he's out there, 99% of all fucking NFTs, he's not wrong. Oh yeah, it has been almost a week since he's been on the tweeter. Rug pulled by Gary Vee. Over. He's probably taking a break after his V Friends conference. Saw a lot of people excited about that one. Oh my god! All right, guys. Let's wrap this up. Let's put a bow on it.
Let's do that.
Yeah. All right, guys. We will be wrapping up episode 145 of the morning show. Majority of the talks. Again, markets are down quite a bit from where we were on the last episode of the show. ETH is desperately holding on to the $1,000 mark. Bitcoin has broken below 19,000. The S&P taking a bit of a beating, down almost 2% on the day. Talked a little bit about Three Arrows being called for liquidation. Sailor bought some. We didn't really dive in on Sailor buying one. It's much more. Soup Dog still bullish on stuff. Great interview, very knowledgeable man, and well spoken with all of that stuff. Be careful. OpenSea had its email breached. You shouldn't have been before, but if you are still, don't click on links in emails. Talked about Nickelodeon. Talked about Begans. I don't know. That's about where we're at right now. We appreciate all of your time, love, energy. Thank you for showing up day in and day out. We are here for you. Fuck it. Love you guys. Free market. Get us out of here.
Good luck at the tables, D-Gen.